Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. My name is Edgar Mendez, and today we're going to be doing a reading focused on what your person regrets most. I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for sharing time and space. Sorry, I was like eating a half chips there. I do appreciate each and every single one of these. I also appreciate all the likes and comments that you all give me, and just the support. I want to let you all know I do have live stream readings open for this Sunday. I also have healings open and one-on-one live readings, one-on-one like over Zoom readings and pre-recorded and Akashic karma clearing, all that good stuff. If you're interested in any of that, your heart calls you to that, get it. Yeah, I just want to thank you for being here. So let's get started. I have been doing scribbling, so if I don't look at the camera that much, it's just I'm just drawing lately, and I actually really like it right now. So that's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, so let's see who's going to answer. We have Saint Germain who's going to be answering the questions this day. Saint Germain, can you tell me what's currently happening in a Scorpio person's life right now? Let's see what's currently happening. This person is on an upward trajectory. I do feel they've recently had some sorry, my dog. I do feel like they recently have had some setbacks and disappointments. Maybe even hit rock bottom, but they are on the upward trajectory, upwards incline. I do feel there's some personal things in this person's life that are resolving themselves and are being resolved. One of the things that Saint Germain is saying is that universe has been moving things out of the way. And I know that when all of us experience this, right? When we experience stuff being taken from us, we do not ever see that as a positive thing. In fact, we actually see it as horribly negative, and we have a really difficult time, honestly, moving forward a lot of times. And a lot of times people stay stuck, right? And people can never get over it. That's their own lesson, obviously. But I do feel like this is someone who's seeing the things moving out of their life as a good thing, right? As a thing like, this has to go. I'm ready for this. I am capable and strong enough to survive this. So it feels like it's really good energy, not in like they're getting stuff taken from their life and now they're sitting here in this loss and despair type energy. No, I see this person being hopeful. I see this person being optimistic. And I feel like it was likely toxic-y type things and things that were not healthy, helpful, and things that they may have actually indulged in. More likely than not, people have a tendency to just do what's not good for them, right? We all been there. Let's be real. Every single one of us has been there. And this is someone where they're starting to move towards things that are beneficial for their health and their life, and letting go of all those other things. So it's a really good energy. Let's see what else is happening in this person's life. They are giving a lot of forgiveness to what has transpired in their life. They are a blamer. And what I mean by that is it's everybody else's fault. It's never theirs. No, right? In fact, even if it is their fault, they will blame their mama for teaching them a certain way, or they'll blame their ex for making them feel a certain way. You know what type of person this is. The kind of person that doesn't want to take responsibility and accountability. They're not that anymore. Why are they able to do that? It's because they're forgiving their past. I know it seems like it's not connected. Like, I know it's like crazy, right? Like, this feels like it's honestly string theory or something like that. It really isn't. It's directly connected. When we have resentment and stuff, or when we have not forgiven situations from our past, it distorts us. And I do feel like in the past, this person was very much distorted. Now they're forgiving, bringing love and light. It's actually what it means to bring love and light to the darkness and their past, and they're now starting to feel better. It's through forgiveness though itself specifically. I can see this. It's actually forgiving people, and all of us have to be ready for that. Right? You can go ahead. Everyone knows you need to forget, right? We all know, right? But why don't we? Because we're not ready. But I do feel like this is someone who's moving towards these things because they are ready. Is there anything else right now about this person's life, Saint Germain? They are going towards a goal right now, or some kind of like aspiration that they have for themselves in their life. They're not quite there yet, but they're close. It kind of feels, do you know when you have a lot of positive reinforcement, you feel very motivated and inspired, right? And I know that we all would love positive reinforcement. Can we all be real about that? We all know we love it, right? But it's not often or not always that we get that. And a lot of times we have to push through trying times, right? We have to push through adversity. And I do feel like they're in a cycle though of getting positive reinforcement, and they're starting to see the benefit. It's likely healing, if I'm being honest with you, because that's actually probably what it is. That they're seeing this benefit from, but they're starting to feel a lot better. They're starting to feel a lot more wholesome, and they know that they're going towards the right direction right now. Is there any last thing that you want to say, Saint Germain, for this? They are pushing through adversities of some kind. What do you mean by that right now? Um, hmm. Okay, I feel in the past that this person had an energy where they didn't really want to step on other people's toes, or they were always trying not to get in trouble. This is actually very typical for society as a whole currently, right? Oh, we don't want to get anyone angry. We don't want to get canceled or something like that. I don't know. But this is someone who's learning that they're going to have to push through these things to get to what they want. And it's not like in a necessarily an unapologetic way, though probably, but it's more in the way of like, I need to move through this, move through them to get to my happiness. So I feel like they're likely telling people no. It's a big one for a lot of people, isn't it? Right? No, it's a real big one. And it's like they're starting to say no and not let people take too much from them. That's just an example, but I do feel like that's actually it. But I do feel there are other things too. When it comes to some stuff, like they're pushing through these people and these lessons as well. It's beautiful, beautiful energy. So can you tell me now, Saint Germain, how does this person currently feel about Scorpio? Let's take a look here. They feel like you're the yin to their yang. They really do love that you complete them. One of the things that this person has noticed, and it has to do with, I feel, people that they are surrounded by, is that when we wake up and when we gain consciousness, people don't think like us, or that the people that we have around us don't necessarily think like us. I don't know if you noticed that, but I know it happens for my family. You know, I like they're talking about stuff, and I'm giving them, well, this is it, this is it, this is it. It's going right over their head. They don't want to think like that, right? They don't want to see the truth, or in fact, they probably just want to be angry and don't really want solutions. But whatever the case is, this person sees you as someone who would understand how they see things now, and understand how they feel about things, and understand how they're trying to live their life. They see you as someone who will get it. I hope that makes sense. Like they feel like you will get it because they know that everyone in their life isn't getting it, and it's starting to they're starting to really feel that disconnect between who you are and where they want to be versus where they've been and who they've been around. That's it's the feelings for you are are just looking at it through that distinction right now, and they really do appreciate what you bring to the table and how you see things as well. I don't know if you've been open about your spirituality or they just know. So sorry. But they really do feel that way. How else do they currently feel about Scorpio? Mm-mm-mm-mm. They want to protect you right now as well. I don't know what they're trying to protect you from, but they want to keep you away from some stuff in their life that they're currently dealing with. This could be like a third party of some kind, but I didn't really feel that personally until now. But they definitely feel like they need to protect you and keep you from things in their life that they don't really want you coming into contact with, and they're trying to, and it's coming from a loving, protected place, and they don't want to really bring that to your life and then bring that chaos into your life. A lot of them are in the middle of a chaotic period, and again, that's what I told you about universe taking things from this person's life. I do feel, sorry, do I have like food there? I don't know. I do feel though that this person is going through a chaotic period. Things are falling away. Things are being moved out of life. They're having drama. It's normal, right? In fact, it's so normal. It's like that's actually how it works, right? I know that when we're in the thick of it, we're not seeing the beauty and benefit, and we're never grateful for it. But we always, after the fact, it is really it. But they see this period as like a period of their life that they need to keep you away from right now, because they need to do this, right? It needs to happen, and they don't really want to bring that into your life, into your awareness. Is there any last feelings that they currently have right now towards Scorpio? Sorry, again, oh, do you see my little baby boy? Anyway, he got a bad haircut from the groomer. I'm very angry about that one, by the way. Anyway, let's see how else they currently feel. one of the things that they do feel about you was that you are further ahead than they are. You are making progress in ways that they haven't, and they really actually admire that. They do feel there's a slight self-worth and a trigger there that is coming up to a certain degree, but they see you as someone who's sitting pretty. You're where they want to be, and they are striving towards that. I feel like they may have had a spiritual experience recently. I want to say like maybe like hallucinogenic or something like that. I don't know. It feels like there's a spiritual experience that has been pushing this person or giving them that confirmation. I know that when I was like going through all this, I had miracle after miracle, confirmation after confirmation. It helps, but it doesn't really solve the doubt, right? It's like the mind is gonna doubt no matter what. It doesn't matter how much proof it gets. And I know that we may think that proof is gonna help us, but there was something that was profound enough. That's why I feel like it was a hallucinogenic experience, because it seemed to have seeped into them where they really are anchoring into faith. I know that when we get like a miracle after miracle or synchronicity after synchronicity, it's just not it's not, I don't know. It's like, okay, right? It's different when it comes in through that hallucinogenic. Anyway, it really is, but I'm not condoning anything. But it feels like that this person went through something like that, because they're very sure. They're very sure. Anyway, let's see. So, what does this person regret most about Scorpio? Hmm. They've put you to, how do I phrase this? They put you at odds right now. Like you both are kind of at apart right now. I don't know if you're talking. You could be, but things are not right. It feels like I'm seeing like two people on two different on a tennis court, right? You're on the opposite sides. You're not on the same team, and they regret doing this to you and them. But I do feel like this person needed to come to things on their own terms, and that is obviously going to go both ways. That's obviously going to go for every single person, because all of us have to do this individually, right? We don't walk with other people. If one day I will actually be explaining how everything works, but I actually do understand what that means now. It's just funny anyway. But one day I will be doing it like a few years from now. It will be a show. But anyway, I digress. But all of us walk this journey by ourselves. Like we walk it. We come across other people, sure, right? But it is a solitary journey. But they regret that though, and they regret that you both are at opposite ends. I do feel it has done a world of good, right? But the cost feels steep, right? The cost is worth it. Obviously, it's usually the same, but it feels like it's such a significant thing where it's like you're at. I don't know. You're on the opposite teams or something, or you're in disconnect, and it hurts. It hurts badly. I do feel here as well that this person really wishes that they had gave you more, and they had been more giving to you and been more generous to you, because I see one person being a lot more giving and generous to this connection, and the other person giving almost nothing. Yeah. And it's like they gave you literally almost nothing, like next to nothing, and they really do regret that. One of the things that this person regrets is, it's not like, okay, sure, that may have caused a separation, what have you, but they feel like they didn't put their best, not even their best foot. I know that they feel like they didn't even show you at all what they're capable of, and all what they can bring to the table. They were dealing with a lot. This is true. I can see it within themselves and outside of themselves. However, they really wish that they had taken the time to give you a little bit more. I do feel to a certain extent there may not have been more to give. I know that it sounds crazy, because you can see people like having free time in a day, but if you don't have anything within yourself, it's so hard to give, because there needs to be something that you can't give what you don't have. And I do feel like this person was probably running on empty. All right. So they were open to taking, but they were not giving you very much. So this is a really big regret of theirs right now. And it's to do with the fact that they really wish that they had treated you better and treated you right, because this is it. And if they had more, if they had to give, if they were able to give, and I know that logically That makes no sense, right? Obviously, they should have been able to give logically, right? But this isn't about logic. It's about what truth is, right? The energy, they truly didn't have any reservoir inside themselves. They had nothing, right? So they could have all the free time in the world, but you got nothing in you, you can give it. You can't give anything. And this is what happened. And they regret not being able to give you much, if anything at all. And they worry how that made you feel, and they can see how that would have been perceived as a rejection as well, because it is in some ways, isn't it, right? A rejection. Let's see, what other regrets do they currently have? They really wish that they had told you that you're beautiful and that you're perfect. It's they really wish that they had told you more, or period. I think most of you it's period. They really wish that they had just said it just even one time. And they see your beauty through and through. Yeah, through and through. That's how you say it. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. And one last regret, Saint Germain, that this person currently has towards a Scorpio. They regret not making a home with you, and they regret not making you feel comfortable, and building something substantial here. They know that they could have did more to make you feel more comfortable, more safe. And one of the things that this person was doing, and I don't know how conscious they were of it at the time, but them not making you feel safe and them not opening up to you, yet wanting more from you, was something that they weren't quite seeing. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. They wanted more from you, right? They just wanted more and more and more, but they weren't getting that. They were closed off. They were not giving, and they weren't understanding how that was making you feel. You're giving everything as much as you possibly can to this, and they were taking without giving in return. It's a regret of theirs. They took and they gave next to nothing. Okay, so let's see, any guidance that you have or any messages that you have right now to Scorpio, Saint Germain. Forgiveness is your key right now. If you're not ready to forgive, that's fine. You do it when you're ready. And that forgiveness will be a long journey for you, by the way. I know I did like a healing for someone, and they were saying, I forgave the people I was supposed to forgive. But if we don't give forgiveness to certain parts of ourselves, that those parts can't give forgiveness in return, right? So you have to forgive yourself 100% before you give it out 100%. So know that that's going to be a long journey for you. So sooner you start, the better. But right now, Saint Germain is saying forgiveness for you is key. It's key for you to start to work through this. Is there any last guidance that you have? One of the things that he is saying, I feel like it's to stop looking at what happened between you and this person from a logical lens. And I understand how easy it is to lean into that, because, well, you don't really you may not be connected to your intuition, or you may not be connected to your gifts, or you may not be connected to your inner knowing. We've all been there, right? So the only thing that really pops up and screams at us is our mind, right? So we tend to follow logic because it's screaming the loudest. What Saint Germain is saying is for you to stop focusing so much on what has happened here, and looking at it from a more heartfelt, open space. And that's going to really help you to move forward. All right. So I thank you, Scorpio. Don't forget to like and comment and check out all of my services, and take care. Bye, Scorpio.